Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Max AC channel. For this month's theme, we continue with Frugal February once again, where we'll be making 4 more delicious recipes that will help save you a few bucks by using ingredients you probably already have lying around your house, and or by also saving you some time on cooking, so you can spend both your money and time frugally. For this week's episode, we will be making some one-pot pasta. For this recipe, you will need 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 16 to 32 ounces of ground meat if desired, 1 onion, 2 to 4 cloves of garlic, 10 ounces of cherry tomatoes, some salt and pepper, 1 tablespoon or so of Italian seasoning, quarter teaspoon of red pepper flakes if you want some spice, 12 to 16 ounces of your favorite pasta, such as rotini, rigatoni, or spaghetti, 3 to 4 cups of water or broth, just enough to cover the pasta, 1 cup of Parmesan cheese if you wish, and some basil leaves. This will make about 4 to 6 servings, so just as needed. First, we'll prepare the ingredients, so dice up your onions and mince up your garlic. And you may slice your cherry tomatoes in half at this time as well. Then, in a large pot, heat up 1 tablespoon of olive oil on medium-high heat, and then add in the ground meat if using, and cook this for a few minutes or until the meat is browned, adding some salt to taste. Then remove the meat from the pan, straining out some of the grease if desired. Then reduce the temperature to medium, add in the other tablespoon of olive oil if needed, and add in the onions and some salt, and saute them until they're soft and translucent, about 2 to 3 minutes. Then toss in the garlic and cook for another 30 seconds or so until aromatic. Next, add the cherry tomatoes to the pot and cook them for a minute or so until they begin to soften up. Then add in a little more salt, black pepper, Italian seasoning, and red pepper flakes, and continue to mix this until the seasoning is evenly distributed, scraping the bottom of the pot since the softened tomatoes will deglaze the brown bits of meat. Then when you're ready, add in the noodles along with the water or broth and bring this to a boil over high heat, stirring every so often to make sure things don't stick to the bottom of the pot. Then, once it's boiling, cook the dish for about 7 to 8 minutes, or however long your box says to cook your pasta, until the pasta is al dente, or to your liking. Continue stirring this to keep things from sticking, and to evenly cook all of the noodles, especially as the water evaporates. Also, another way of telling if your pasta is done is once the water is fully evaporated or absorbed. Then, when that's done cooking, mix the meat back into the pot to warm it back up, then turn off the heat and mix in some grated Parmesan cheese and some freshly chopped basil, saving some for garnishing later. And with that, your one-pot pasta is ready to eat. For this recipe, I was inspired by our previous one-pot recipe to try to come up with another recipe that requires little cleanup. Especially with me being under the weather this week, if you couldn't tell from the sound of my voice, I was really not wanting to spend too much time in the kitchen cooking and cleaning, and rather spend it in bed resting or eating something warm to help me recover quickly. So, this is the perfect recipe for this. Technically, this isn't truly a one-pot recipe, since you need something to hold the cooked meat while cooking the rest of the ingredients, but also technically you could reuse the plate or bowl you used to hold the meat to later eat your pasta dish in. So really, this dish requires very little cleanup afterwards, with the pot and cutting board being the main things to wash, along with any minor cooking utensils for whatever ingredients you used, such as the spoon to stir the pasta and the cheese grater for the Parmesan, if used. Speaking of ingredients, you are of course welcome to mix and match the ingredients you use in your pasta dish, such as adding in mushrooms, zucchini, and or spinach, or swapping out the ground beef for turkey, or leaving it out entirely. Also, as mentioned, you can swap the rotini with whatever pasta you like, and it should still turn out pretty great. This recipe is highly customizable, even in terms of the amount of each ingredient you use, so you can really use whatever ingredients you have in your pantry, making it a great way to clear out your kitchen rather than your wallet. In addition to the ease of making this dish, another thing I like about this recipe is that it makes a ton of food at once, allowing you to meal prep for the entire week, saving you a ton of money and time as well. Plus, I find that pasta is one of the easier things to reheat in the microwave, so it takes no time at all to warm back up your leftovers. But regardless of if you make this one pot recipe for a quick and easy family meal, or if you portion it out for the week. This recipe will be a great way to save you some time and money, whether it's shopping, cooking, or cleaning, while still allowing you to create a delicious meal out of ingredients you probably already have in your pantry. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. In the comments below, let me know how it went if you decided to make it, and let me know if you have any questions, or if there's anything you want me to make next. Like this video, share with your friends and family, and subscribe to this channel for more episodes of the Max AC channel. And remember, if you want to stay cool in the kitchen, turn your AC to the max and watch the Max AC channel. Ta-da!